Be honest with me for a second. How many times this week have you misplaced your glasses while wearing them? Or stood in the kitchen wondering, wait, what did I come here for again? It happens to all of us, that little brain fog moment that makes you laugh one day and worry the next. But here's the thing, forgetting names, losing focus, or blanking on words doesn't always mean your brain is slowing down. In fact, Harvard researchers say mild forgetfulness after 60 is often linked to nutrition, not old age. Yep, you heard that right. Your brain might just be hungry. And not for coffee or crossword puzzles, but for a specific type of food that literally helps brain cells repair themselves. See, the human brain is a powerhouse. It runs 24/7, even when you're asleep. But as we age, tiny changes in diet can make a huge difference in how well it performs. And today, I'm going to show you the one everyday food that doctors are quietly recommending for seniors who want to stay mentally sharp, not just at 60 or 70, but even at 80 and beyond. This isn't some fancy superfood from a health store. It's not even expensive. It's something you can easily find in your grocery aisle, and it could change the way your brain feels within weeks.
We'll also uncover why your brain slows down after 60 and how to recharge it naturally. The biggest food mistake that silently eats away at your memory. And the daily habit that top neurologists now call brain insurance. So before you write off forgetfulness as just getting older, grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's uncover the simple science-backed secret that can help you remember names, appointments, and yes, even where you left those glasses. Because this one change could make your mind feel 10 years younger. Before we get to the good part, the food, let's quickly talk about why our memory tends to fade as we get older. See, your brain has about 86 billion neurons, tiny messengers constantly firing signals that control memory, focus, and learning. These neurons talk through microscopic connectins called synapses. When we're young, those connections are fast and flexible. But once we reach our 50s and 60s, the protective coating around those brain connections, called myelin, starts to thin out, kind of like an old phone wire that's lost its outer cover. It still works, but the sound becomes fuzzy, right? That's exactly what happens with your brain's communication lines. Now, here's the hopeful part. According to Dr. Lisa Mosconi, a brain nutrition expert from Cornell University, diet can literally slow or reverse that process. In one of her studies, brain scans showed that older adults who ate specific healthy fats and plant compounds had up to 40% less brain shrinkage compared to others their age. Let that sink in, 40%. And no, that didn't come from pills or powders. It came straight from the food. Dr. Richard Hillman, a neurologist who's worked with aging patients for over 25 years, puts it this way. Most people's brains aren't old, they're undernourished. So the big question becomes, what are we feeding our brains every day? Because if you're eating things that fill your stomach but starve your neurons, you'll feel tired, foggy, and forgetful, no matter how much sleep you get. But when you give your brain the nutrients it craves, something magical happens. You start remembering details again. Your focus sharpens, and that mental energy you thought you lost years ago, it comes back. So let's look at what's really happening inside your brain after 60 and what kind of fuel it's desperately asking for.
Let's take a quick trip inside your brain. Don't worry, no medical degree required. Every time you eat, your body turns food into glucose, which your brain uses as fuel. But after age 60, your brain doesn't use glucose as efficiently as before. This is called glucose hypometabolism. Basically, your brain's engine starts sputtering. It's not that you don't have energy, it's that your brain can't access it properly. So even if you're eating healthy, your neurons might still be starving. That's why researchers in Canada made a groundbreaking discovery. The brain can use another fuel source, ketones, which are like premium energy for your neurons. And there's one food that naturally boosts ketone production, improves blood flow to the brain, and protects neurons from aging damage. It's not fish. It's not dark chocolate. It's not ginkgo supplements. It's the mighty avocado. Yes, the same creamy green fruit sitting in your fridge might just be your brain's new best friend. A 2019 study from Tufts University found that adults who ate one avocado per day showed improved memory, sustained attention, and faster mental processing, all within just 12 weeks. Why? Because avocados are packed with avocado monounsaturated fats, which keep blood vessels flexible and improve oxygen flow to your brain, avocado lutein, a powerful antioxidant that accumulates in the brain and sharpens thinking, and avocado folate and B vitamins, which reduce brain inflammation and support new neural growth. Think of it as brain fertilizer. Every bite helps strengthen the wiring between your brain cells. Over time, that wiring becomes faster, smoother, and more reliable, meaning you recall words quicker, focus longer, and feel more alert. But before you rush to the store to fill your cart with avocados, let's clear up a few myths. Because while some foods protect your memory, others secretly sabotage it. All right, time for a little truth-telling. There are a few myths about brain food that desperately need to be retired. Myth number 1, low-fat diets keep your brain healthy. Actually, the brain is nearly 60% fat. When you cut out healthy fats, you're cutting out your brain's building blocks. Studies show people who eat too little fat actually have smaller hippocampuses. That's the memory center of the brain. Myth number 2, sugar helps your brain think faster. Not really. Sugar gives you a burst of mental energy, sure, but it's followed by a crash. And when blood sugar spikes over and over, it damages the small blood vessels that feed your neurons. Myth number 3, supplements can replace food. Sorry, they can't. Most over-the-counter memory boosters have weak evidence behind them. Your brain evolved to absorb nutrients from real food, not pills. Myth number 4, forgetfulness is inevitable after 60. That's the biggest myth of all, because in places like Japan and Italy, many people remain mentally sharp into their 90s, thanks to diets rich in whole foods, olive oil, fish, and yes, avocados. So, what's the takeaway? If you want to protect your brain, you don't need to pop 10 pills or go on a crazy diet. You just need to eat the foods that actually feed your neurons and stop eating the ones that inflame them. And that brings us to the fun part, how to build a simple, delicious, brain-boosting habit right at home. All right, let's make this practical, because I know you're thinking, okay, I get it, avocados are great, but how do I actually use them? Here's the simplest, doctor-approved 3-step routine for sharper memory and better focus. Step 1, the brain fuel breakfast. Start your morning with half an avocado on whole grain toast. Top it with a sprinkle of turmeric, black pepper, and a drizzle of olive oil. This combination improves blood flow, reduces brain inflammation, and provides steady energy for hours. Step 2, pair it with power foods. Add a handful of blueberries or walnuts. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants that protect neurons, while walnuts are rich in omega-3 fats that rebuild brain membranes. Together, they form a nutrient trio that's better than any supplement stack. And step 3, stay hydrated the smart way. Drink water throughout the day and add a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt. Even mild dehydration can make you feel foggy and forgetful. Stick with this combo daily, and in as little as 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start noticing small but powerful shifts, remembering details faster, staying focused longer, and feeling mentally lighter. It's simple, It's real food, and it works. Before we move on, if you're loving this kind of research-backed, easy-to-follow health advice for seniors, go ahead and subscribe to Senior Food Hub right now. Because every week we take complex medical science and turn it into practical, delicious food habits you can actually follow. We don't sell magic pills. We don't believe in fad diets. We believe in food that works with your body, not against it. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm already in my 70s, maybe it's too late for me, let me stop you right there. I recently got an email from a 76-year-old viewer named Daniel. He wrote, I started adding your avocado toast and blueberry habit every morning. I thought it was just a breakfast change, but 2 weeks later, I noticed something crazy. I was remembering faces and phone numbers again. If Daniel can do it, you can too. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and if this video's been helpful, give it a thumbs up so YouTube shows it to more amazing seniors like you. Now let's wrap this up with something a little deeper, a reminder that it's never too late to rebuild your mind. Here's something beautiful to remember. Your brain never stops learning. Even in your 70s, 80s, and 90s, your neurons can still grow new connections, a process scientists call neuroplasticity. That means every healthy meal, every walk, every laugh, it all strengthens your brain. You are not losing your memory. You are rebuilding it.
So don't let anyone tell you that growing older means growing dull. You have decades of experience, wisdom, and stories in that amazing brain of yours. And with the right food, that knowledge stays sharp and alive. So tomorrow morning, when you slice open that avocado, don't just think of it as breakfast. Think of it as an investment in your mind. Because every bite is a little thank you to your brain for carrying all those memories, lessons, and moments that make you, you. Stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, you're not just aging, you're evolving. And your best, brightest, most focused years, they might just be ahead of you. I'm Dr. Richard Hall, and remember, it's never too late to rebuild the body you deserve. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about 2 nighttime foods that repair your brain while you sleep. Until then, take care, keep smiling, and keep feeding that beautiful mind.